Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a brisk 10 degrees out this morning. It's very cold and I figured I might as well be outside. So I got a couple things planned today. It's gonna be a good video. First thing I want to show you here in a second is I got a new implement for the Ferguson. I'm pretty excited about it. It is actually an original Ferguson made implement. So let's go take a look and I'll show you what I got this morning. Well, if you don't know what this is what you would call a two-bottom plow. And they actually made these specific for the Ferguson, the new 3-point hitch design when they came out with the 3-point rear hydraulic system. So I thought it was really neat. It was only like 10 minutes away from the property. So I was like, wow, you just can't beat it. He gave me a really good price on it. So I told him I'd come out and pick it up and told him I'd put it to good use with a Ferguson tractor. Yeah, so it's a Ferguson two-bottom plow. I got good plans for it, and hopefully once the ground thaws, because it's rock solid at the moment, I'll get out to the field where we forestry mulched and I'll use our landscape rake and I'll rake all the large sticks that were missed, and then I'll come back in with this guy and kind of turn everything over, try to break up some roots just little by little and reseed everything so we can get a good layer of grass over it so it doesn't run off when the rain comes, and it should be good. So I'm really excited about it. I'll take you around it so you can take a look. Nothing like a beautiful sunrise on a nice brisk morning. Truly, this is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Before we head up to Steve's, I just kind of want to see if this thing will start on its own when it's 10 degrees outside. So we'll see what happens. would be a 72-year-old tractor. It was fired up in about 4 starts. They just don't make them like this anymore. All right, so that's how you got to see the new implement that we picked up. Next, I'm going to take you over to my friend Steve's house, and we're going to weld back some of the structure brackets on that landscape rake, and we'll bring it back to the homestead, and I'll be sure to get some video of that. So stick tuned. I'm really excited. It's going to be cold, but hopefully we'll get in the shop or something to warm up. So stay tuned. One more thing, I want to give a shout out to my sister Matilda. She made me this really nice neck gaiter. It's nice and warm, and I can put it over my face. Keeps me out of the wind a little bit, keeps my face covered up. Definitely on a day where it's 10 degrees out, it comes in handy. So thanks, Matilda. Hey guys, it's been a few days. We decided it was too cold last Saturday just to be outside. It was miserable, it was brutal. So it's been a couple days, but I just pulled up to my friend Steve's house. I'll put you on the time lapse, and we'll see if we can get this landscape rake welded up. So the first thing that we tackled were taking the first 3 to 4 teeth off of each end of the landscape rake. Essentially, my plan is to use those teeth in the center where a lot of those teeth have been broken off. So it'll give me a continuous full landscape rake. It will take off. It is a full 8-foot rake. I'd like to take that down to 6.5 to 7 foot. So that'll do that for me, and that'll have a nice uniform teeth pattern in the back, so there won't be spots where it's missing some. Getting these teeth off was definitely not an easy task. The bolts that held the 2 brackets together that clamped down on the teeth were pretty rusty. Some of them I was able to get free, but unfortunately some of them did shear. So if I have to pick up a couple new bolts from the hardware store, I can. So after we got those teeth taken off, our next step was to try to bend the bracket that attaches to the 3-point, try to bend it all and get it fairly even. We were able to do it. It took us a couple tries. We tried a high lift jack, but that didn't work too well. But actually what ended up working was just taking the piece completely off and bending it in between the forks and the hoist that he had for his skid steer. Once we had finished getting the 3-point brackets bent back into place, it was time to weld. So we got the landscape rake situated where it'd be comfortable and easy for me to do the welds, and got a angle grinder with a wire wheel and wire wheeled all the metal that was going to be welded together, and went to town on welding.
One of the best decisions I made in my high school years was I enrolled in my junior year at the local vocational high school in the diesel mechanic course. So I would spend the second half of my day out at the Voc Tech, and I would learn how to work on diesel trucks and everything in that realm. Also, our teacher taught us how to MIG weld, and what a blessing that was. That is such a good trade to know how to do. It's been probably 3 or 4 years since I picked up a MIG welder, but I will say it's like riding a bike. Once you get back into it, it's easy. It's something that I really enjoyed learning how to do, and it was really fun getting to tack on a couple welds here on this landscape rake. I took a hammer to them, and they felt pretty strong, and moved it with the skid steer a couple times, and they held up. So we'll have to see how long they hold for us.
So essentially what you've seen is we're trying to see how these teeth come in contact with the bracket. And essentially it's a sandwich in between. So we took out the ends and we're going to see if we can attach them to the center. And secondly, this actually swivels like my back blade, so you can put it on an angle. But the previous owner put balls on it, so we're going to try to shear them off or loosen them up. So keep watching.
Once I was finished welding, our last thing that we did was try to remove these toe hitches from where you would adjust the angle of the landscape rake. I don't know why the previous owner did this, but I will tell you the first one came off like nothing. It was easy. It took us 5 minutes. But this second one, as you can see, took us a long time. It was seized on there for the millennia. It was on there for the long haul. So we took the angle grinder to it, and as you can see, it took a while, but eventually we will be able to get it off. I do want to take a second to thank my friend Steve for helping me out with trying to get this landscape rake functional again. He's been a real help, and I'm very thankful that he's allowed me to use his tools and help me out and take the time to get this thing fixed up and ready to work. Next upcoming video, I will show the second half of us working on this landscape rake and how we finish it up. I'm really excited to get this thing out on the forestry mulch field and get it all cleaned up and get grass on it in the spring. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content to come.